Hey everyone, welcome back to KenkoVibe Podcast, your daily dose of health insights. I'm Ethan Reed, and with me today is Grace Morgan. Today, we're going to be diving into something. Well, it's a topic that might seem a little crazy at first. Chewing tobacco and testosterone. You're probably thinking, wait, isn't tobacco really bad for you? And you'd be right, it is. But there is some research out there that suggests that chewing tobacco could actually increase your testosterone levels. So let's unpack this head scratcher and see what's really going on.
Yeah, it's definitely counterintuitive. We all know tobacco is linked to all sorts of health problems, but the science behind this potential testosterone boost lies in nicotine's interaction with what's called sex hormone binding globulin, or SHBG for short.
Okay, SHBG. Yeah, that rings a bell. But refresh my memory. What exactly does it do again?
So think of SHBG as a bodyguard for hormones like testosterone. It binds them in your bloodstream, and this controls how much testosterone is actually free and active in your body.
Right. So SHBG keeps testosterone levels in check.
Exactly. Now, nicotine has a bit of a knack for binding to SHBG. So when you chew tobacco, the nicotine swoops in and attaches itself to SHBG, leaving less SHBG available to bind to testosterone.
So that means more free testosterone is circulating in the body.
Precisely. And if that wasn't enough, nicotine can also directly stimulate the production of testosterone in the testicles.
Wow. So nicotine is like a double whammy when it comes to potentially boosting testosterone. That's pretty wild. But I have to ask, how much of a boost are we talking about here? Is it significant enough to make a real difference?
That's a great question. While studies have shown a potential link between chewing tobacco and increased testosterone levels, the actual magnitude of the increase can vary depending on several factors. It's not like you suddenly turn into a bodybuilder overnight.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was a little skeptical about this whole thing. After all, we know the risks associated with tobacco are pretty serious. So even if there's a slight testosterone bump, is it really worth it?
You bring up a crucial point. This testosterone boost sounds almost too good to be true, and you're right to be skeptical. The risks associated with chewing tobacco are very real and far outweigh any potential benefits.
Let's talk about those risks then. What are some of the major health concerns associated with chewing tobacco?
Yes. First and foremost, chewing tobacco dramatically increases your risk of developing various types of cancer. We're talking about cancers of the mouth, tongue, cheek, gums. Essentially any part of your mouth that comes into contact with the tobacco. And these cancers can be incredibly aggressive.
That's scary stuff. Are we talking about a higher risk compared to smoking cigarettes?
Absolutely. In fact, some studies suggest that the risk of developing oral cancer from chewing tobacco can be even higher than from smoking cigarettes. This is because the concentration of carcinogens, cancer-causing substances, is much higher in chewing tobacco.
Wow. I had no idea the risk was that much greater. So cancer is a major concern. What about other health problems?
Chewing tobacco also wreaks havoc on your cardiovascular system. It's a major contributor to atherosclerosis.
Okay, atherosclerosis. I've heard that term before, but can you break it down for our listeners?
Imagine your arteries are like pipes that carry blood throughout your body. Atherosclerosis is essentially the buildup of plaque. Think of it like gunk inside these pipes. This gunk narrows the arteries, restricting blood flow and putting a strain on your heart.
So chewing tobacco basically clogs up your arteries.
Exactly. And that restriction in blood flow can lead to a whole cascade of problems. Increased risk of heart attack, stroke, even erectile dysfunction.
That's a pretty hefty list of downsides.
Yeah.
It's starting to feel like any potential testosterone boost from chewing tobacco is seriously outweighed by the risks.
You're spot on. And we haven't even touched upon the other not-so-glamorous side effects, like gum disease, tooth decay, and bad breath.
Okay, so chewing tobacco is a testosterone booster. Definitely not worth the risk.
Exactly. There are far safer and healthier ways to support healthy testosterone levels.
Like what? Are there natural alternatives that can give you that extra edge without the health risks? There's got to be a better way, right? I mean, are there any natural testosterone boosters out there? Ones that can give you that extra edge, but without all the crazy health risks?
Absolutely. In fact, that's what's so fascinating about all this. There are so many natural ways to support healthy testosterone levels without resorting to harmful habits like chewing tobacco.
Okay, I'm all ears. What are some of these natural testosterone boosters? Spill the beans.
Well, for starters, you have things like exercise and diet, regular physical activity, especially strength training, has been shown to have a positive impact on testosterone levels. And a balanced diet, one that's rich in protein, healthy fats, and essential nutrients can also make a big difference.
So basically we're talking about taking a holistic approach to health, getting enough sleep, managing stress levels, all that plays a role, right?
Absolutely. It's all interconnected. When your body is functioning optimally, your hormone production tends to follow suit. But beyond lifestyle changes, there are also specific herbs and supplements that have been traditionally used to support testosterone production.
Now we're talking. Tell me more about these herbs and supplements. What are some examples?
One popular example is ashwagandha. It's an adaptogenic herb that's been used in Ayurvedic medicine for centuries. Studies have shown that ashwagandha can help reduce stress and improve testosterone levels in men.
Ashwagandha, I've heard of that one. It seems to be popping up everywhere these days. What else is out there?
Another interesting one is fenugreek. It's a herb that's commonly used in cooking, but it also has some potential testosterone boosting properties. Studies have shown that fenugreek can help increase free testosterone levels and improve libido.
Fenugreek, huh? I'm going to have to add that to my grocery list. Are there any others I should know about?
Well, there's also D-aspartic acid, or DAA. It's an amino acid that plays a role in testosterone synthesis. Some studies suggest that supplementing with DAA can lead to a temporary increase in testosterone levels.
So we have ashwagandha, fenugreek, DAA. It's already a pretty good starting point. But with so many supplements on the market, it can be tough to know which ones are actually effective and safe. What advice would you give our listeners? You the ones who are considering trying natural testosterone boosters?
That's a great question. It's always important to do your research and consult with a healthcare professional before starting any new supplement regimen. Not all supplements are created equal, and what works for one person might not work for another.
That's solid advice. It's all about being informed and making choices that are right for your individual needs.
Exactly. And remember, natural doesn't always mean risk-free, even with herbs and supplements. It's crucial to follow recommended dosages and be aware of any potential side effects or interactions with other medications.
So to wrap things up, we've learned that while chewing tobacco might have a surprising link to increased testosterone, the risks are simply too high. There are far safer and more sustainable ways to support healthy testosterone levels, including lifestyle changes, herbs, and supplements.
Absolutely. And the key takeaway here is to prioritize your overall health and well-being. Don't fall for quick fixes or shortcuts that could jeopardize your long-term health.
I think that's a powerful message to leave our listeners with. Knowledge is power. And by understanding the facts, we can make informed decisions about our health.
Couldn't agree more.
Now, before we wrap up this deep dive, I want to remind everyone that we're here to provide you with information and insights, but we're not medical professionals. If you have any concerns about your testosterone levels or overall health, it's always best to consult with your doctor. They can give you personalized advice and guidance. Well, I think that about wraps up our deep dive into the surprising world of chewing tobacco and testosterone. It's been a fascinating journey, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. It's amazing how something seemingly so straightforward can have such complex implications.
Totally. It just goes to show there's always more to learn when it comes to health and wellness.
Yeah, and that critical thinking is essential. Don't believe everything you hear, especially when it comes to quick fixes or miracle cures.
Couldn't agree more. Do your research. Consult with healthcare professionals. And make informed decisions that prioritize your long-term health.
Well said.
A huge thank you to everyone for joining us. On this KenkoVibe podcast exploration, we hope you found it insightful and maybe even a little bit eye-opening. I'm Ethan Reed.
And I'm Grace Morgan.
Be sure to tune in next time for another deep dive into the world of health and wellness. And don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share this episode with anyone who might find it interesting.
Stay curious, stay informed, and stay healthy.